Hi everyone, welcome to day 9. We're going to do a gentle flow today, taking it easy, taking our time in the poses, coming to a comfortable seated position on your mat. You can cross the legs or you can sit back on your heels. Hands to your knees, closing the eyes, drawing attention to your breath. Shoulders are relaxed, chin is slightly down, back is straight, chest is lifted. Really focusing on your breath here, taking your time to become present, forgetting everything that has happened and anything that you think you need to take care of after this, just being really present in the moment, giving yourself this time to really focus on yourself. In the movements today, we're going to move with our breath, which we should be doing every day, but today really focusing on moving with each inhale and exhale. Try to pair your movements with an inhale and an exhale. Slowly coming down into child's pose, sitting back on the heels, knees come to about mat width apart. Arms go forward, forehead comes down to your mat, connecting your third eye with the earth. Taking a big inhale, and then exhale, release slowly. If any thoughts arise, acknowledge them and just put them to the side, using your breath to control that stillness of mind. Slowly coming up, pushing up onto the hands. Coming onto your hands and knees on your mat. We're going to go into cat and cows. First motion is inhale, look up, arching the back, dropping belly towards the floor. And then exhale, rounding the back, dropping your head to the floor, belly button comes towards your spine. Doing this, repeating a few times. Inhale, looking up, arching the back. Exhale, rolling forward, curling the back, head drops, pushing through the palms. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, curling the back, looking down. And then coming to neutral spine now. Back is flat. Inhale, lifting the right arm, left leg is straight, pushing through the left heel. Option here, if you'd like, you can stay there or grab your left foot with your right hand, pushing the left foot into the right palm. And then exhale, release down to your mat. Inhaling, the left arm lifts, right leg lifts, pushing through the right heel. If you did it on the other side, do the same on this side, grabbing your right foot with your left hand, pushing the top of that right foot into your left palm. And then releasing down to your mat. Curling the toes under, pushing up into downward facing dog. Pedaling the legs here, knees are slightly bent, pushing through the heels, even if they don't touch the mat. Just taking your time here in downward facing dog, warming up the hamstrings, pushing through the arms and palms of your hand. And finding stillness in your downward facing dog. Dropping the knees to your mat, pushing back into a child's pose, sitting on the heels, forehead to the mat. Drawing attention to your breath here again. Slowly rising up, pushing back into your downward facing dog. Give it a nice stretch. Then slowly walking the hands back towards your feet, gently rising up, arms above the head, big inhale. Exhale, hands down to heart center, and then dropping hands to the side for mountain pose, standing in one straight line. Inhale, hands to your hips. Exhale, stepping the right foot in front of you into a high lunge position. Left leg stays up, or option to drop the left knee down to the mat if you'd like. Hands to heart center. Holding here for a couple of breaths. And then lowering the hands down to your mat, stepping the right foot back into plank position. Dropping your knees first, then your chin and your chest, and then pushing forward into cobra. Lifting the chest off your mat, pushing through the palms, activating the core, keeping the lower back strong, and then pushing back into your downward facing dog. Coming down to a child's pose if you need, or you can stay in downward facing dog, it's up to you. Coming back into downward facing dog if you're in child's pose. Walking the hands back towards your feet. Gently rising up, arms above the head. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Standing straight, stepping the left foot in front of you, high lunge. Keeping the left knee not past the toes, but right above the foot. You can drop the right knee if you'd like, or you can keep the right leg elevated and straight. Hands are to your heart center. Pushing your palms against each other. And lowering your hands to your mat, step back into your plank. Dropping the knees, then the chin and chest. Keeping the tailbone lifted, then pushing forward into cobra. Lifting the chest and pushing back, curling the toes under, push back into your downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Making sure your shoulders are activated here. Pushing through the arms, the palms, the fingertips. And then looking forward, stepping the feet now to meet your hands in the front, on the front of your mat. Inhaling, arms up above your head. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Then hands to your side into mountain pose. Shoulders, hips, heels are aligned. Inhaling, arms above the head. Exhaling. Stepping the right foot back now into high lunge, pivoting that right foot 45-degree angle, flat on the floor. Arms go up above your head. Inhale, and then exhale. You're in your warrior one. Lowering your hands to your mat. High lunge, step back into plank position. You can do knees, chin and chest, or full chaturanga like a push-up, pushing into your upward facing dog, and then going back into your downward facing dog. Taking a couple breaths here. Stepping the feet to the front of your mat. Inhaling the arms above your head, coming up all the way, standing. Exhale, hands down. Stepping the left foot back this time. Inhaling, arms above the head. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Step your left foot back. High lunge, and then pivoting that left foot down, 45-degree angle. Coming into your warrior one, arms are above the head. Straight arms, shoulders are relaxed away from your ears. Right knee is not passing the right toes. Then lowering your hands to your mat, stepping back into plank. Chaturanga or knees, chin and chest. Cobra or upward facing dog. And then stepping back into your downward facing dog. Breathing into the movements here. Looking forward, stepping your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, coming up, arms above the head. Exhale, bringing your hands down to your side in mountain pose. Inhaling, arms above the head again, opening the chest. Exhale, folding forward gently, slowly lowering, looking up halfway, and then stepping back into plank position, lowering down our knees, chin and chest. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Pushing back into your downward facing dog. Inhale the right knee towards your chest and then drop the right foot underneath the knee. In a high lunge here, pivoting the back foot, coming up into your warrior one, arms up above your head. Pivot into your warrior two, making sure that right knee stays behind the right toes. Arms are outstretched, gaze forward towards your right fingertips. Warrior two, nice and strong. And then reverse the warrior, drop your left hand to your left leg. Right arm goes straight above you, stretching that right side, keeping that right knee bent in lunge position. And windmilling the hands down towards your mat, bringing the right foot to the right outside of your right hand. Lizard lunge here. You have the option to keep the leg left leg lifted, or you can drop the left knee to your mat. You also have an option to go down to your elbows. And if you're on your elbows, you can lift that knee if you want to make it a little bit more challenging. Get a bit of a deeper stretch, activating the left leg. Staying here for a couple breaths. And then coming to the hands if you're on your elbows. Stepping the left foot to the front of your mat. Yogi Squat here. If this is putting pressure on your knees, use a block or a book under your butt so you can sit. The purpose of this is to ground through the root chakra. So getting that as close to the earth as possible. It's okay if you use a book or a block for support. Don't damage your knees if you have knee issues. Elbows are on the inside of the legs. Hands are to heart center. Activating your pelvic floor. And then hands to your mat. Bringing the hips up to the sky, bending forward gently. Inhaling the arms up above the head. And then exhaling, hands to your side. Feet come closer together. Inhaling the arms up above the head. Exhale, fold forward gently. Hands to your mat. Forward fold, hinging at the hips. Stepping back into plank position. Lowering down, or knees, chin, and chest. Pushing up into your upward facing dog. Push back into your downward facing dog. Taking your time, breathing through the movements. This time you're going to bring your left knee to your chest. Inhale, and then when you get it as far as you can, drop that left foot in between the hands or underneath the knee. Pivoting that right back foot flat to the floor, 45 degrees. Inhale, coming up into your warrior one, arms above your head. Bending into that left knee. Pivot into your warrior two, aligning the left heel with the center of the right foot. Arms are outstretched. And then reverse your warrior. Drop the right hand to your right leg. Left arm goes above your head, looking up. Stretching through the fingertips. Keeping the left knee bent. Windmilling the hands down to the mat, bringing the left foot to the outside of your left hands, towards the edge of your mat. Lizard lunge, option to drop the knee, option to lower down to your elbows. Option to lift the knee once you're on your elbows. Whatever is available to you. Staying here for a couple breaths. Coming onto the hands if you're on your elbows. Bringing that right foot to the front of your mat. Yogi Squat again. Here, remember to use a block or a blanket under your butt if needed. Activate the pelvic floor. Tightening those muscles. Inhale, dropping the left hand in front of you to your left. Stretching the right arm up to the sky, looking up to the right. Inhale, hands to heart center. And then exhale, do the same on the other side. Right hand goes to the floor, left arm goes up, gazing up at the left fingertips. Inhaling, hands to heart center. Bending forward, bringing the hips up to the sky. Inhaling, arms coming above your head. Exhaling, hands to coming hands to the side in mountain pose. Coming to a standing position on your mat. We're going to do standing balancing poses here. So bringing your left foot up to your butt, left heel to your butt, holding your foot with your left hand, knees pointing down, grounding through the right foot. You can stay here or gently, slowly bend forward, hinging forward, stretching the right arm out for counterbalance. The left foot pushes into the left hand as if pushing away from you. Micro-bending the right knee if you need to find a bit more balance there, to be a bit more sturdy. And then bringing it back into center, lowering the left foot, hands to heart center, taking a breath. Doing the same on the right side now. You're going to grab your right foot with your right hand, bringing the right heel to your butt, right knee is pointing down. Gently hinging forward, bringing the left arm straight in front of you, pushing the right foot into the right hand. Pushing that right foot away from you. And then coming back to center. Lowering the right foot onto the floor. Onto right center. Taking a breath. Inhaling the arms all the way up above your head. Exhaling, coming down, finding a seated position on your mat now. First pose we're going to do seated will be bow pose. I'm so sorry. You're going to bring your knees towards your chest. We're going to do a nice gentle back stretch here. So bringing the knees all the way to your chest as close as you can, hugging them into you. Feet are planted on the floor. Inhale, straighten your back, and then exhale, curl forward, dropping your forehead to your knees, getting a nice stretch in the back of the neck all the way down the spine to your lower back. Breathing here. A nice nurturing position. A nice stretch for the back, gentle stretch. And then slowly coming up, lifting the head, letting go of the knees, leaning back into boat pose. You can keep the knees bent, arms are shoulder height, shoulder level. You can also straighten the legs if you can, making sure the core is activated, supporting the lower back, chest is up. And then slowly lower down to your mat, activating the abs here. Lowering down, laying down onto your mat, taking a breath. And then from here, you can just lift your legs up, heels point up to the sky. If there's a wall close by to you, you can rest your legs up on a wall as well. Ladies, if you're on your moon cycle here, this is as far as you need to go. For those who want to go a bit further, you can go into shoulder stand. So using your hands on your lower back for support, elbows are close into each other, pushing the legs up all the way to the sky, never bending the neck in this position, always keeping the chin to the center of your chest. Don't look left or look right. You need to focus, stay centered here. You don't want to damage the neck by trying to twist or turn. And then if you're comfortable here, try bringing the toes to the floor over your head, keeping the legs straight. Only if the toes are touching the floor and you're grounded, like firmly, you can let go of the lower back. Clasp the hands and stretch the arm out to your mat. If you're more like this, where your toes are kind of up, that's fine too. Just working on your back flexibility, using your hands on your lower back for support at all times. Do not drop your hands like this unless your feet are touching the floor. If your feet are touching the floor, bend your knees to your ears. And if you're in your shoulder stands, gently lower down, remembering that if your feet are just up in the sky like this, that's fine too. This is a nice inversion option, getting the blood circulating in a different flow instead of having to hang upside down or do any crazy headstands. You can still improve your blood circulation by doing a simple inversion like putting your feet up against the wall. Now coming into bridge, putting the heels under your knees, pushing your hips up to the sky, clasping the hands underneath you, bringing your shoulders underneath you, pushing the hips up as high as you can go, keeping the neck straight again, taking a few breaths here, and slowly lowering down. Again, we're going to do a second time. You can do bridge again that we just did, or you can go into your full wheel, putting your hands by your ears and pushing up into your full wheel pose, making sure there's enough distance between your feet and your hands not to damage your back, making a nice arch here, pushing the hips up to the sky, and then slowly tucking the chin to the chest, lower down onto your back, bringing your hands, palms facing each other, to your third eye. Bliss. Nice back bend. Taking a few breaths here, and slowly bringing your knees to your chest, hugging them to your chest, rocking left and right if you'd like to massage the lower back. Taking a few breaths here, enjoying this pose. And lowering your feet down to your mat, now coming into a flat position, laying on your mat, getting ready for Shavasana. Important part of every practice. Coming to stillness, focusing on your breath. Closing the eyes, relaxing the face, relaxing the hands, feet. Taking your time here in this pose, don't rush it. This is part of the practice as well. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you guys tomorrow for some more yoga. Have a wonderful night.